All right, Mr. Cole, are you with us today? This is Judge Chris Martin of the 294th District Court.
Yes, sir. I am here with you.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Cole. All right. Well, I believe we're also getting Mrs. Cole, Miss Vicki Swan Cole set up. Miss Swan, can you see and hear us okay?
Yes, sir.
Great. And Mr. Beeson, counsel for Miss Vicki Swan Cole, can you see and hear us okay too, sir?
Morning, Judge. Thank you for hearing us.
Absolutely. Good morning. Welcome back. All right. It seems like everyone's gotten their party invitations and now we're ready to dance. Is that right?
Yes, Judge, I have a little hearing problem, so we can
Okay, no
speak a
problem.
little louder.
Yes, sir. I'll do my very best. I'll speak as loud as I can. This is cause number FM19-00432. Vicki, in the matter of the marriage of Vicki Swan Cole and Daniel Gary Cole. And the record will reflect that I think we last appeared on August 5th for the same setting, and there was an issue with notice to Mr. Cole. And the court has reviewed the clerk's record. And Mr. Cole, I'm going to let the record reflect that you are also appearing via Zoom today by telephone. And Mr. Cole, you filed a waiver of service with the court. Is that correct?
Yes, I talked with Vicki. Me and her communicated, and she explained to me that what this waiver was, it meant that I didn't have to show up for court.
Yes, that is true. That is what it meant. But you're here anyway, and so you're going to stay with us throughout the hearing. Is that correct?
Yes. I'm gonna be right here until the very end.
Okay, good. Thank you, Mr. Cole. All right. Is it my understanding, Mr. Beeson, that Vicki Swan Cole and Daniel Gary Cole are in agreement on all the terms of the
I don't
divorce?
have enough volume, I can't hear him.
What about if you do the other ear?
Just 1 second, Judge.
That's fine.
Now I can hear you better, Judge.
Okay, excellent. Mr. Beeson, is Ms. Cole and Mr. Cole, are they in agreement on all the terms and conditions of their divorce that they're wanting me to approve today?
It's my understanding that they are, Judge, but I'll have to let them speak for themselves.
Okay, and Ms. Swan, Mr. Cole, are y'all in agreement on your divorce today?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right, so let's do this. Ms. Cole, I'm gonna have you raise your right hand, and I'm gonna place you under oath at this time. Can you put your hand there in front of the camera so I can see it? There you go, thank you. Ms. Cole, do you swear that the testimony you give to the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you may put your hand down. And Mr. Cole, where you're at, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand too. And you're on the honor system, the scout system, if you will. But Mr.
Yes,
Cole,
I'm on a flip phone.
okay, Mr. Cole, do you swear that the testimony you give to the court today in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me God, I swear it's the honest to God's truth.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. All right, Mr. Beeson, do you want to call your client?
Your Honor, I need to make an inquiry.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
We earlier had a hearing on this and we proved up all the jurisdictional issues. Do we need to go back over all of that again?
I think it would be, we go ahead and go back over that again so that Mr. Cole's present and can take part in that.
All right. Ms. Cole, would you state your name for the court, please?
Daniel Gary Cole.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cole. He's gonna actually call Miss Swan first. He
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll call you in just a moment.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ms. Cole, are you the
Yes.
plaintiff? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You're the plaintiff in this case, meaning that you're asking the court to grant you a divorce. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Would you please tell me where you have lived for the last year or so?
Grand Saline.
So you've been
Texas.
in Van Zant County for some period of time. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you have filed this petition for divorce, asking the court to grant this divorce. Is it on the grounds of insupportability,
Yes, sir.
meaning the personalities are such that the legitimate ends of this marriage is received?
Yes, sir.
Tell the court, Ms. Cole, when you were married.
May of 2004.
All right. And when did you and Mr. Cole cease to live together as husband and wife?
Around 5 years or so later.
All right.
It was somewhere around 2011, wasn't it, Vicky?
Mr. Cole, I'm sorry. We've got very strict rules on who can testify and at what time. So Mr. Beeson's going to ask these questions of Vicky. And if Vicky doesn't know, she's going to answer to the best of her ability. And then Mr. Beeson, the attorney, may call you next to clarify any issues like that. So my court reporter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, just wait until I acknowledge your time to testify.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Ms. Cole, are you asking the court to grant this divorce on the grounds of insupportability,
Yes, sir.
a conflict of personalities, and that any chance of reconciliation is not existent? Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't speak loud enough.
All right. I have a little hearing problem, so we're both working at cross purposes.
Me too, yeah.
All right. The other things that we need to bring to the court's attention is that you're asking the court, if this divorce is granted, to have a name change for you to now be Ms. Swan. Is that correct? Your
Yes,
last
sir.
name be changed to Swan?
Yes, sir.
All right. As far as property settlement, Ms. Cole, right now, are you in agreement with the court finding that the property should be divided fair and equally between the two of you?
No, sir. I don't want his property.
That's what I mean, but
Yeah.
what you're asking, their testimony is that you want the court to set aside to you the property that is in your name, any deposits you have are in your name, and any other benefits, retirement or otherwise, that are in your name be set aside to you as your separate property.
Yes, sir.
And at the same time, you're asking the court to award Mr. Cole any assets that are in his name and solely in his name, and they will be set aside if the court agrees to him as his separate property. Are
Yes,
you in
sir.
agreement? Okay. Your Honor, I
Yes,
think
sir.
that we have the jurisdictional facts needed by the court. Does the court have any questions
I'm
of
not
Ms. Cole?
I'm not sure if I heard this correctly or not, and forgive me if I haven't, but I'm not sure if we asked, Ms. Swan, were there any children born to you and Mr. Cole of your marriage?
No.
Okay, and are you expecting his child at this time?
No,
Are you expecting any other man's child at this time?
I'm 64, sir.
I
No.
understand, I understand, and the law applies to a 64-year-old just like a 24-year-old. So I have to ask those questions. So I hope the next time you go in to buy a beer or something, they card you, you know, because that's the law. So, okay, that satisfies the court's requirements for jurisdiction, Mr. B. Would you like to call Mr. Cole at this time?
Well, I would like to ask Mr. Cole a couple of questions and see that he's in agreement with the testimony that he's heard. Mr. Cole, are you in agreement with the way that property is to be divided, as I had just asked Ms. Cole about? Property in her name will be hers, property in your name will be yours, and any assets will be included in the divorce decree in that fashion. Are you in agreement with that, Mr. Cole?
Yes, I am in agreement. Answer is yes.
All right. And do you have any objection to Vicky's name being changed to Vicky Swan?
No.
All right. Your Honor, I think those are the questions I needed to ask Mr. Cole.
All right, thank you, Mr. Beeson. Okay, then, based on the court's review of the petition and the evidence before the court is going to find that it does have jurisdiction over both Vicky Cole and Daniel Cole and their marriage. Court's going to find that all legal and notice requirements have been met. It's going to find that with all legal requirements being met for the granting of a divorce, court hereby approves the agreement of the parties regarding the distribution of their property, assets, and debt. Court finds that their agreement is fair and equitable to both husband and wife. Court finds that no child has been born of this marriage. The court hereby grants the divorce as requested between Vicky Swan Cole and Daniel Gary Cole, and the court hereby orders the name change of Vicky Cole to Vicky Swan. And Mr. Beeson, are we going to have an order provided to the court so that I can sign that and get a copy to these individuals?
Yes, sir, we will prepare an order now that we know what the court's findings are and submit it to the court for approval. We will also furnish a copy of that to each of the parties, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Beeson. Okay, if there's nothing further, then we'll be adjourned in this hearing. Thank you, Ms. Swan. Thank you, Mr. Cole, for attending our hearing today.
Well, we'll be
Thank you.
excused.
Yes, you may be excused. You all have a great day.
Thank you,
Your
sir.
Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.